This is a message from your guides reading for the monk. And I have 5 crystals here. Okay, so I'm going to use my smoky quartz to surround us in some protective space for the reading. I've already got some guides coming up. Okay, feeling my throat chakra a bit, and your guides are really focusing on these kind of higher chakras here. I don't know, they're kind of focusing on some other chakras as well, but they're kind of stressing these up here, at least for the reading, because there's this feeling, well, first off, 5s have to do with shifts, changes. So this can be different things, but this definitely feels like some kind of shift in your energy that's happening or that's about to happen. And it feels like this kind of pressure on my head that I'm feeling, but I know this is related to you. This is feeling like your guides are communicating with you more. Either that or they're wanting to, but they're definitely around you a little bit closer right now. They're definitely communicating to you a little bit more, or maybe in a stronger way. So this might come out for you in different ways. But they're definitely sending a lot of energy to your chakras. And it feels like there's something specific that they're trying to do with that. So it has something to do with like awakening. But it feels more like it has to do with information. Sure, they can be targeting certain chakras, they can be awakening certain chakras, but this feels ultimately like it's having to do with information and path and things like that. And information that you're coming to, that you're coming into in that way as well, even about who you are, things of that nature. And there's just this kind of general sort of shift that's going to happen. And probably also is in the process of happening, it feels like. Okay, so I'm going to show you these others as well. So I have my crystal quartz here. So this has to do with a higher energy. It can be angelic, it can be extraterrestrial. Okay, extraterrestrial. And it also has to do with clearing your energy field. And then other than that, it's kind of your basic sort of general all-purpose kind of crystal. You can pretty much use this one for the whole variety of things. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and clear your energy with this as well. Okay, so still a lot going on with the throat chakra, and it feels like as they're putting all this immense energy here, there's pressure here, and some of that pertains almost to the message that they were trying to convey, but then the energy is just going straight to the throat at the same time. It is clearing these upper chakras as well, but they're definitely targeting the throat, even if they're kind of passing the energy through different chakras. And then there's energy, they're literally passing it directly into the throat here, and then the shoulders as well, like literally almost placing their hands like on your shoulders, on your throat. And they're doing that with me, but again, I know that's representing what they're doing with you. And there's some lower chakra clearings going on as well, but some of this is having to do with emotional ties to family. And then there was this kind of block coming up on the shoulder and then your ear. And this was on the left side though, but it's weird. It was on the left side, but it felt more like it was pertaining to your father or somebody male versus the mother or a female person, like an older female person, something like that. It felt more like an older male, probably your father, and this is definitely feeling like family stuff, and family issues and things tend to be held in the shoulders. They can obviously be held in other places too, but that's definitely an area when there are issues here. A lot of times it goes back to some kind of family something or other. So in this case, this is feeling like the father, but it's very odd again that it's on the left side. Okay, so more clearing happening. And then going up into this ear where the clearing is happening on the ear. And this almost felt like it may not be clairaudience specifically, or it could be, but it definitely had to do with your guides being able to communicate to you, you being able to successfully hear them, however that actually comes out. But your left side is all about receiving. It's about your intuition, your psychic abilities, and definitely for the things that uh, your guides were talking about with your path last time, that your path was more or less having to do with. This side would definitely play a big role in that. Obviously, both sides would, but definitely your intuition, your psychic abilities, healing abilities, all of those things, even teaching all kinds of gifts like that are definitely associated more with this side, with your ability to receive that information. But it just in general has to do with your feminine side. So this is feeling almost like a father energy or masculine energy, and having to do with kind of blocking this more feminine side, things to do with your path, even kind of your general nature in that way. Because there's definitely a lot of masculine energies there. So there's a balance of both. Which you really need for what you're going to be doing. You definitely need a balance of both, because your right side is going to be able to help you to take the actions and the steps that you need to take and actually manifest your goals and be able to communicate things that you're receiving outwardly successfully. So obviously that's very important as well, and you need both of those energies there. But this side definitely plays a lot of importance, a very important role. And yeah, there is this father energy that seems to block that a little bit. So they're also attempting to clear that. That's also having to do with some of the blockage in the throat. And whoa, there's some other chakras going on here too. So some of this father stuff, father energy is really going into these other chakras and getting them a little bit off balance. And they're trying to heal that and repair that. There's also some cords that it feels like they're cutting. Now this isn't only father though. Some of this feels like father, mother. So there's different energies here. This could be different family members. This doesn't even have to all be family members. It can even extend to other people as well who weren't in your family. Maybe people with more authoritative kind of roles, or even people who took that regardless of what their role actually was. So even if you have somebody like a bully or something like this, they can almost feel like they're taking on a kind of authoritative role in a way, even if they're your same age or maybe they're younger than you. But it's just like a feeling in the energy, which obviously is what I have to go by. Okay, so I'm going to show you these last crystals here. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I showed you the smoky quartz and the clear quartz. Okay, so here I also have my malachite. So this is protection while you're traveling. So it can be physical protection. It can also be emotional, like protection with empathy, a lot of different forms of protection with malachite. And it's also a very grounding stone. And then, okay, I have here my sodalite, which I think has come up for you before. So this is a third eye stone. It's also a throat chakra stone. And there's even some stuff to do with the crown chakra with this stone as well. And they want me to bring that up. So this is a stone of truth, telling your truth, communicating it outwardly, even inwardly, with your own self. It helps to enhance psychic abilities, so as well communicating with your guides, and it can definitely help with clearing any kind of throat blockage just because of its association with that specifically. So and how it helps a person to clearly communicate. Okay, so then the last one I have here is my Tektites. And this is a meteorite, so there's kind of both energies here, since it's a piece of meteorite that has landed and it's a rock, so there's a very grounded feeling with it, but there's also this, it was floating around in space and the atmosphere for a long time. So there's also a lot of higher energies to do with that, and implementing them and grounding them down. So there's kind of both of those aspects there, but then it's also very protective as well. Okay, so dropping my stones. So that is all for this reading. Thank you very much for allowing me to do another one for you. And I truly hope, as always, that it benefits you. Namaste.